is supposedly unbeatable, but there are actually many villains and heroes who could easily destroy him. So today, I'm ranking everyone that could actually kill Batman based on their abilities and actual confrontations from animated shows, movies, and TV series. Starting with a very surprising person. This Marvel anti-hero has something Batman will never have, and it makes him deadlier than you think. Mark Spector, aka Moon Knight, is basically Batman's dark mirror if Batman was willing to kill and had multiple personalities guiding his every move.
Rise as my fist of vengeance, Moon Knight.
Moon Knight operates as a nocturnal crime fighter with detective skills that rival Batman's. But here's where things get interesting. While Batman relies on careful planning and psychological profiling, Moon Knight's fractured psyche makes him completely unpredictable. We're talking about a guy who has dissociative identity disorder and is sometimes guided by the Egyptian and Khonshu. Try planning a strategy against someone who doesn't even know what he's going to do next. The Disney Plus Moon Knight series showcased just how brutal his character can be. Mark Spector is an Olympic-level athlete with expert hand-to-hand combat training and mastery of various weapons. But under the moonlight, his strength and endurance get enhanced to superhuman levels. Marvel animated features have highlighted his resourcefulness and, more importantly, his complete willingness to kill when necessary. But how can Moon Knight actually kill Batman? Batman's greatest strength is his tactical mind and ability to read his opponents.
The mayor was up here alone.
Trying to find the connection, Pete.
He lies still.
But you can't profile someone with multiple personalities who switches between Mark Spector, Stephen Grant, and Jake Lockley without warning. Batman's moral code also limits his response options. He won't kill, and he hesitates when dealing with someone he perceives as mentally ill. Moon Knight has no such restraints. If Batman is caught off guard or emotionally compromised by facing someone so similar yet so different from himself, Moon Knight's willingness to cross every line could tip the scales in a lethal confrontation. But our next character proves that sometimes the most dangerous enemies hide behind a smile and a playful demeanor. She may seem like a joke, but this former psychiatrist has pushed Batman closer to death than most people realize. Harley Quinn started as just another Joker sidekick in Batman, the animated series, but she evolved into something far more terrifying. A genius-level intellect wrapped in chaos and armed with complete emotional unpredictability, along with her insane counterpart, the Joker.
She's known as Dr. Harleen Quinzel, a psychiatrist at Arkham Asylum. She was assigned to the clown himself.
Dr. Harleen Quinzel didn't lose her psychiatric training when she became Harley Quinn. She weaponized it. Her background gives her deep insight into Batman's psychological makeup, and her playful demeanor masks a brilliant mind that's constantly analyzing and manipulating. She combines exceptional gymnast abilities and agility that rivals Batman's own acrobatics with mastery of various weapons, from her signature mallets to high-tech explosives. The Suicide Squad film demonstrated her combat skills and unpredictability in live action, while multiple animated series have shown her orchestrating elaborate death traps that nearly succeeded in killing Batman.
Aloha, sucker!
Thanks to Poison Ivy, she's also immune to most toxins, removing one of Batman's go-to non-lethal takedown methods. So how could Harley Quinn kill Batman? Well, her emotional volatility leads to sudden escalation to extreme violence that Batman can't always anticipate. Her complete disregard for her own safety makes her willing to take risks that would kill most people. And Batman's reluctance to seriously harm someone he sees as mentally ill gives her openings. She understands Batman's psychological weaknesses from her psychiatric background, and unlike other villains who want to break Batman mentally first, Harley is perfectly willing to just trick him, blow him up, and move on with her day. But what if Batman faced someone whose abilities could neutralize his greatest technological advancements? This blind lawyer has abilities that could neutralize Batman's greatest advantages. Matt Murdock, aka Daredevil, is basically Marvel's version of Batman, a street-level hero with incredible fighting skills, detective abilities, and an unshakable moral code. But here's what makes him potentially lethal to Batman. His radar sense completely negates Batman's stealth advantages.
What do you actually see?
A world on fire.
Daredevil's enhanced senses don't just compensate for his blindness, they surpass normal human capabilities entirely. His radar sense allows him to, quote-unquote, see his environment in ways that make Batman's stealth approach useless. The Netflix Daredevil series showcased brutal hallway fight scenes that demonstrated his incredible endurance and pain tolerance, while Marvel animated series have featured his acrobatic combat abilities that match Batman's own skills. Matt Murdock is a master martial artist trained by Stick, expert with batons and improvised weapons, and possesses an indomitable willpower that rivals Batman's own determination. But here's the crucial factor. Daredevil's moral code has been tested and broken under extreme circumstances and darker adaptations, while Batman's has remained relatively intact. Daredevil could kill Batman because their fighting skills are essentially equal, but Daredevil's radar sense eliminates Batman's primary tactical advantages. Batman relies heavily on stealth, misdirection, and striking from shadows, none of which would work against someone who literally can sense his heartbeat and breathing patterns.
Your heart's beating pretty fast.
If Daredevil's moral code breaks the way it has in some storylines, particularly when innocent lives are threatened, the fight becomes lethal. And unlike Batman, who depends on gadgets and technology, Daredevil's abilities are internal and can't be hacked or disrupted. Of course, physical combat isn't the only way to destroy Batman, and our next entry takes a completely different approach. This villain's deadliest weapon isn't a gun or a bomb. It's something Batman can't armor against. Dr. Hugo Strange represents one of Batman's oldest and most psychologically dangerous adversaries because his greatest weapon is his mind, and there's no armor that can protect against psychological warfare.
Previously, the Alice Tetch virus could only be transmitted through direct contact with her blood.
Strange is a genius-level psychiatrist and biochemist who has dedicated his life to understanding and manipulating the human psyche. But what makes him uniquely dangerous to Batman is that he's one of the few villains who has successfully deduced
Batman's secret identity.
This knowledge allows him to attack Bruce Wayne's civilian life, creating threats that Batman can't simply punch his way out of. Batman, the animated series, featured episodes where Strange orchestrated elaborate psychological traps that drove Batman to the brink of mental breakdown, while the Gotham TV series showcased his manipulation and experimentation capabilities. Strange has created monstrous beings like his monster men, proving that he can combine psychological threats with physical ones. His schemes target Batman's deepest fears and insecurities, using his own heroic nature against him. So how could Hugo Strange kill Batman? Well, because mental armor doesn't exist, Strange's knowledge of Batman's secret identity means he can attack Bruce Wayne's life, threatening Alfred, targeting Wayne Enterprises, or exposing Batman's identity to his enemies. He's a master of psychological manipulation who understands that Batman's greatest weakness isn't physical, it's his need to try and save everyone. Strange can create scenarios where Batman's heroic nature becomes his downfall, forcing him into impossible choices that break him mentally before anyone needs to touch him physically. But what happens when Batman faces an opponent whose technology makes Wayne Enterprises look primitive? One billionaire genius versus another, but this time Batman might be outgunned. Tony Stark brings the full power of Marvel's technological advancement to bear against Batman, and it's not even close to a fair fight. While both are genius inventors and billionaire industrialists, Stark's technology operates on a completely different level.
Take that off. What are you?
Genius, billionaire, playboy, philanthropist.
Iron Man's armor provides capabilities that Batman's suit simply cannot match. We're talking about repulsor blasts that can level buildings, flight capabilities that remove Batman's rooftop advantages, and superhuman strength enhancement that turns every punch into a potential killing blow. The Marvel Cinematic Universe has repeatedly demonstrated the destructive potential of Stark's suits, from his ability to take on entire armies to his willingness to make lethal force decisions when necessary. But it's not just the raw firepower, it's the AI assistance. Friday and Jarvis provide Stark with faster reaction times, tactical analysis, and global surveillance capabilities that exceed anything Batman has access to.
My diagnosis is that you've experienced a severe anxiety attack.
Me?
Marvel animated series have showcased Stark's tactical thinking and weaponry in action, proving that he's not just a guy in a fancy suit. He's a strategic genius with unlimited resources. So how could Iron Man kill Batman? Well, his technological superiority is overwhelming. Don't flame me in the comments. But Stark's armor grants him flight advantage that removes Batman's environmental advantages, energy weapons that can overpower Batman's defensive capabilities, and AI assistance that matches Batman's tactical planning speed. Most importantly, Tony Stark is willing to escalate force as needed and has killed in the MCU when circumstances required it. Without extensive preparation time and specific anti-tech countermeasures, Batman's gadgets become toys compared to Iron Man's arsenal. Though raw technological power isn't the only way to break Batman, sometimes you need to combine it with something much more personal. He's already broken Batman once, and he could definitely finish the job. Bane represents the perfect combination of everything Batman fears: an opponent who matches his intellectual capabilities while possessing superhuman physical power.
You merely adopted the dark. I was born in it.
This isn't theoretical. Bane has actually defeated Batman in multiple continuities, most famously breaking his back in The Dark Knight Rises. Bane's Venom enhancement grants him superhuman strength, stamina, and durability that puts him in a completely different physical category than Batman. But what makes him truly dangerous is that he's also a genius-level strategist and tactician who can match Batman's planning abilities. The Dark Knight Rises showcased his tactical genius as he systematically dismantled Batman's support network before facing him directly, while Batman, the animated series, demonstrated his physical dominance and cunning in multiple confrontations.
Let's not stand on ceremony here, Mr. Wayne.
Bane is a master of various combat styles, skilled with multiple weapons, and possesses unmatched willpower and focus under pressure. He's not just strong, he's smart enough to use that strength strategically. His background includes escaping from one of the world's most dangerous prisons and building a criminal empire through pure intellect and force of will. Bane could kill Batman because he combines Batman's intellectual gifts with superhuman physical power that Batman simply cannot match. He's already proven capable of defeating Batman in direct confrontation, and his tactical planning means he won't be caught off guard by Batman's usual strategies. Unlike other physically powerful opponents, Bane's intelligence means he can anticipate and counter Batman's tactical advantages. Most importantly, Bane is perfectly willing to kill, removing any moral limitations on his actions during a fight. Of course, sometimes the most dangerous threats come from unexpected places, and being a hero doesn't make someone less deadly. This king has technology that makes Wayne Enterprises look like a garage sale. T'Challa, the Black Panther, brings Wakandan technological advancement that operates centuries ahead of anything Batman has access to, combined with superhuman enhancement that puts him in a completely different physical category. The heart-shaped herb grants Black Panther superhuman strength, speed, agility, and enhanced senses that exceed normal human limitations.
Allow the heart-shaped herb to restore the powers of the Black Panther.
But the real game changer is his vibranium suit, which doesn't just protect him, it absorbs and redirects kinetic energy and attacks. The Black Panther film demonstrated these capabilities in action, showcasing how the suit can absorb massive amounts of damage and then release it as devastating counterattacks. Wakanda's technological infrastructure provides T'Challa with resources that exceed Wayne Enterprises' capabilities entirely. We're talking about energy weapons, advanced surveillance systems, and transportation technology that makes the Batmobile look primitive. Marvel animated series have showcased his tactical leadership and strategic thinking, proving that his royal education includes extensive combat and military training. Black Panther could kill Batman because his vibranium technology neutralizes most of Batman's gadgets and weapons, while his superhuman enhancement puts Batman at a severe physical disadvantage. The vibranium suit's energy absorption capability means Batman's attacks actually make T'Challa stronger, and Wakandan resources provide technological superiority that Batman can't overcome through preparation. T'Challa's royal tactical training gives him strategic thinking to match Batman's planning abilities, but with superhuman physical capabilities to back it up. But enhanced abilities are nothing compared to someone who's made killing an art form through decades of professional experience. This assassin has everything Batman has, plus one crucial difference that changes everything. Slade Wilson, aka Deathstroke, is essentially Batman with superhuman abilities and no moral code.
If you want the Batman, here is something that can help you. His name is Bruce.
A combination that makes him one of the most dangerous opponents Batman could face. Deathstroke's experimental serum enhancement grants him superhuman strength, speed, reflexes, and accelerated healing that give him clear advantages over Batman's human limitations. But he's not just enhanced, he's a master tactician, martial artist, expert marksman, and swordsman with a lifetime of military and assassination experience. Batman Arkham animated movies have shown intense confrontations where the fights are essentially even until Deathstroke's enhanced abilities and willingness to kill tip the balance. The Teen Titans series featured Slade as a strategic manipulator who could orchestrate complex schemes while personally handling superhuman opponents. His ruthless intelligence operates without moral limitations, meaning he can use strategies that Batman's heroic nature prevents him from considering. Deathstroke represents what Batman could become with superhuman abilities and no ethical constraints. Deathstroke could kill Batman because he's essentially Batman's superior in every measurable way. His enhanced abilities give him the edge in physical confrontation, his tactical genius equals Batman's strategic planning capabilities, and his professional killer mentality means no hesitation or moral conflict during combat. His accelerated healing allows him to continue fighting through injuries that would incapacitate Batman, and his lifetime of experience killing enhanced opponents means he knows exactly how to handle someone with Batman's skill set. Speaking of moral codes, what happens when a hero's restraint is the only thing keeping Batman alive? Your friendly neighborhood Spider-Man could easily become Batman's worst nightmare.
With great power comes great responsibility. Who am I? I'm Spider-Man.
Peter Parker possesses physical abilities that far exceed anything Batman can handle without extensive preparation, and his spider sense creates defensive capabilities that make Batman's usual tactics useless. Spider-Man's super strength allows him to lift over 10 tons casually. That's enough force to literally crush Batman with a single punch if he chose to. His superhuman speed and agility make him faster than Batman can react to, while his wall-crawling abilities give him three-dimensional movement advantages that Batman's grappling hook just cannot match. But the real game changer is his spider sense, which provides danger detection that makes sneak attacks and surprise tactics impossible. Spider-Man's animated series and films have consistently displayed superhuman feats that put him in a completely different physical category than street-level heroes. But what people often overlook is Peter's genius-level intellect. He invented his web shooters as a teenager and has created advanced technology that rivals anything Wayne Enterprises produces. His years of fighting superhuman opponents have given him combat experience against threats far more dangerous than typical criminals. Spider-Man could kill Batman because his physical abilities create an insurmountable advantage in direct confrontation. His spider sense eliminates Batman's stealth and surprise advantages entirely, while his strength and speed combination makes evasion and counterattack impossible for someone operating at human levels. If Peter's moral restraints were removed through mind control or extreme circumstances, Batman would have no physical answer to Spider-Man's capabilities. The fight would be over before Batman could even implement any tactical solutions. But even Spider-Man's power is nothing compared to someone who's had centuries to perfect the art of killing. This man has literally had centuries to figure out how to kill Batman. Ra's al Ghul represents the ultimate long-term strategic threat because his immortality through the Lazarus Pit provides unlimited attempts and accumulated knowledge that no mortal opponent can match.
Who are you? My name is merely Ducard, but I speak for Ra's al Ghul, greatly feared by the criminal underworld.
Ra's al Ghul has centuries of martial arts training, swordsmanship experience, and tactical knowledge accumulated through countless conflicts. Batman the Animated Series showed multiple confrontations where Ra's demonstrated superior combat skills and strategic thinking, while Batman begins showcasing his ability to train and manipulate even skilled opponents like Bruce Wayne himself. His command to the League of Assassins provides global resources and intelligence networks that exceed anything Batman has access to. But here's what makes Ra's truly dangerous. He can afford to lose. Death isn't permanent for Ra's al Ghul, meaning he can take risks and learn from defeats that would end anyone else. He's personally trained many of Batman's allies and enemies, giving him intimate knowledge of Batman's fighting style and tactical approaches. His deep knowledge of science, history, and philosophy, accumulated over centuries, provides strategic insights that Batman's mortal perspective just cannot match. Ra's al Ghul could kill Batman because he represents infinite patience and accumulated experience that Batman can't overcome. His centuries of combat experience provide tactical knowledge that Batman can't match in a single lifetime, while his immortality means he can afford to trade lives and take extreme risks. The League of Assassins provides resources that exceed Wayne Enterprises' capabilities, and Ra's has already proven capable of physically and mentally defeating Batman in direct confrontation. Most importantly, he has unlimited time to plan and unlimited attempts to succeed. Of course, there's one hero whose restraint is literally the only thing keeping Batman alive. The most powerful being on Earth, and Batman's survival depends entirely on Clark's restraint. Superman represents the ultimate hopeless fight scenario for Batman because Clark Kent possesses godlike abilities that could end the fight instantly if he chose to use them lethally. Superman's capabilities include superhuman strength capable of moving planets, faster than light speed, heat vision that can cut through virtually any material, and near complete invulnerability to physical damage. The Justice League animated series has explored scenarios where Superman's moral restraint is compromised through mind control or manipulation, while Batman vs. Superman: Dawn of Justice depicted their confrontation and demonstrated just how helpless Batman is without kryptonite preparation. Superman's sensory powers include X-ray vision, telescopic vision, and super hearing that make hiding from him impossible. His unlimited stamina and advanced alien physiology mean he doesn't tire or slow down during extended conflicts. Most importantly, Superman's only reliable vulnerabilities are kryptonite and magic, extremely specific weaknesses that require advanced preparation to exploit. Superman could kill Batman because he possesses overwhelming power that makes the fight completely one-sided. He could kill Batman instantly with heat vision, supersede, or crushing force with Batman having any chance to react or defend himself. Batman's only defense is preparation time to acquire kryptonite. But without that specific preparation, Batman is completely helpless. Mind control scenarios, rage-induced states, or alternate reality versions remove Clark's moral restraint, leaving Batman facing godlike power with no effective countermeasures. But the most dangerous enemy isn't always the strongest, and our final entry proves that sometimes chaos beats power every single time. Batman's greatest enemy isn't the strongest or the fastest, but he might be the most dangerous. The Joker represents Batman's ultimate psychological nemesis because his unpredictability and complete lack of moral restraint create threats that no amount of planning can fully prepare for.
Do I really look like a guy with a plan?
The Joker's genius for chaos and psychological manipulation operates without any moral limitations or fear of consequences. He's an expert in chemistry, explosives, and deadly traps who has consistently demonstrated the ability to create elaborate schemes that bring Batman closer to death than any other villain. Batman, the animated series, featured multiple episodes where Joker's traps nearly succeeded in killing Batman, while The Dark Knight showcases psychological warfare capabilities and willingness to force impossible moral choices. But what makes Joker truly dangerous is his deep understanding of Batman's psychology and the implications of his secret identity. The 1989 Batman film demonstrated his lethal ingenuity and willingness to kill innocent people to hurt Batman emotionally. Joker understands Batman's psychological triggers and weaknesses better than anyone because he's dedicated his entire existence to studying and tormenting his greatest enemy. The Joker could kill Batman because his unpredictability makes him impossible to plan for completely, and his complete lack of moral restraint means no limits on his methods. He understands Batman's psychological makeup better than Batman understands himself, allowing him to create scenarios that turns Batman's greatest strengths against him. Joker has come closest to actually killing Batman across multiple continuities because he combines genius-level intellect with absolute chaos and madness that trump logical planning and preparation. In the end, Batman's greatest enemy might not be his strongest opponent, but the one who understands him best and cares least about the consequences of victory. If you enjoyed this video and want to find out everyone that could actually kill Superman, click the video on the screen.